Howdy, howdy. Alright. Hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving. Uh, I did. I did also watch some of the ending games. I watched the NRG game and they lost, but I was surprised to see Legacy lost to Paravision. Um, I did not have that in my bingo card. I had Legacy going through, but they did not. So I thought we'll look at my pick'ems right quick and we'll see how we did. We got 4. These were my original pick'ems. I had Legacy and Lynn going 3-0 because I thought they looked so good the past tournaments that they should do good at the major, and they did not. I got Adam right, I got B8 right, and I got FaZe right. So, got 3. We're off to a good start. But we're gonna look at the pick'ems, and we're gonna actually figure out what I want in my O3s and who's going through. Now, the best way to do this is what I normally do is just go off a pass. Why is that? There we go, finally. The fucking Alt R for tracking FPS in video game was stuck yesterday. Oh, I've been addicted to Bannerlord. That new update with the boats. Oh my god, it is such a good thing. I am literally so rich now as a character. I used to struggle late game because when you join like a faction or whatever, if you're constantly at war, you don't have time to regain money. Like you have time to raid and all that, which gains you a lot of money, but you don't have time to like regain because you're either attacking or defending constantly. But I'm like a vagabond, I would say. Like I just travel the ocean, and I saw a fortress was getting attacked, and I was already attacking like merchant boats of this one nation, the Nords, and I saw that their castle was being hit, and they were retaking it, and they won, but they didn't have enough troops to refill it. So I had like 100+ people. I was like, "Oh, we're going in there," and we took the castle. And then when they came to retake it, I went outside to talk to them, and I said, "Hey, we don't need a fight. We could just call a truce." They called a truce, and now I own a castle. I was like, I'm waiting for a big city to do it, and I'm gonna do it that way also with a big city. Because technically, I'm not a nation. I'm a nobody, so they can't really attack me. They can attack me if they see me, but they can't really attack like a place for some reason. And I make sure I attack people that are across the map, so it takes them a while to come to me if they want to attack me. But yeah, anyway, that's what I've been doing. I don't know if I ever stream that game. I just have way too much fun playing it. But yeah. Anyway, all right. So the games. Who I had originally in my head was Paravision and Fnatic, but then yesterday I went to look at 3D Max's stat, and they're on a losing streak. So if you look, oh crap, hold on, I forget how to do this. So this is their previous matches, and they're in a 0-5 streak right now. They lost to Lim Vision in the most basic fucking map pool, Dust Inferno Terrain. They lost to Astralis, and they lost to Flaquist, and they lost to B8. All these people are in this tournament. So I think here's my problem. Do I trust Fnatic though? Of all people, what is my mouse? Hello? Hold on. Better. I don't know what the fuck this mouse was doing. It was going up and down by itself. I was literally not touching it. Alright, so Fnatic beat NRG, Imperial, lost to Flux, and won against Rank Candace. But mind you, these were all 1-0s. So if this was like a normal 2-3 like this, like best of 3, well, they barely beat NRG. I watched that game. They lost to Gamer Legion, who sucked this year. They beat MIBR. That's another one I think who's on the list, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, they are. That's who I also might want to pick. They lost to FlyQuest and they lost to Aurora. All these people are literally on this. Now, mind you, this was a while ago. This was back in October. About a month ago now. They only beat MIBR a month ago. And their very first game is 3D Max. But see, that's the problem. 3D Max is on a 5 lose streak, but do I think they'll lose to Fnatic? There's no way. Literally, Fnatic has only won against MIBR. Do I think, though, Imperial will beat MIBR? Let's look at Imperial. They beat the Huns. They beat NRG. They lost to Fnatic and FlyQuest, but those are 0-1, so I ignore those. They lost to Liquid and Mouse, but they at least got a point on them. Mind you, these are tier 1 teams. This is not bad for a tier 2 team. There's just not enough games. There's a lot of 1-0 games, but there's not a lot of, like, best of 3s. So I don't know. It looks like they're Inferno, Dust, and Mirage mains. Maybe Nuke from time to time. This was back when Anubis was still in the map pool. Holy shit. Alright, this is their loss streak. They lost to Furia, Pain, and Complexity. These are both Brazilian teams. They lost to Complexity again and Navi. They lost to Pain and Furia again. They lost to FaZe, Vitality, Spirit. They beat Virtus. Alright, so do I trust Imperial to beat who again? Yes, I think they can. Who is it? I haven't even seen MIBR. I only know how they're still in this. Yeah, like, nothing but losses. They lost to Fnatic, they lost to Astralis, they lost to Betaboot. Okay, we're gonna go put MIBR. No way they're not. Alright. Now, do I think Paravision? Or do I think Fnatic? Who's Paravision's first game? Tyloo. Now, Tyloo is actually good as an Asian team, but they're just not Mongols level, as you could tell. But do I think, like, you gotta mind you, they're losing to tier 1 teams, and they at least scored a point on Vitality. Like, that says a lot. I think Tyler could beat Paravision. There's no way they can't. Yeah, these are new boys on the block. I don't think they ever made it through a tier like a major like this. I think with that being said, see, the problem is, okay, they go here. Who are they gonna face though? Because if it's MIBR, I think they can beat them. I think MIBR is definitely the weakest link on here. Same with Liquid, but Liquid now has Elige, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, they got Elige now. And Elige, in my opinion, is going to carry this team. There's no way they don't. I just don't know if they'll make it through. So, we'll do this. We'll go ahead and do our 3-0. And we'll contemplate on the final one. Aurora, I think are going to make it in. If they don't, I'll be really shocked. I don't think FlyQuest will. I'm going to be real. I don't think FaZe will. I'm going to be real. I think M80 will with a loss. I think... Who do I trust? Maybe Navi and Astralis. Hold on, let me look at Astralis again. I think they're on a win streak, if I'm not mistaken now. No, they're off and on. They beat the Mongols, had a point of vitality, got 2-0 by Falcons. They beat Navi. Lost to Aurora, beat 30 Max, killed MIBR. Lost to FaZe, lost to Falcons again, lost to Aurora by 1, beat Legacy, beat Heroic. Okay, so they lost and won to a lot of people on this roster. And the very first game is Ninja in Pajamas, which actually did look good at the end. But I also don't think that will make it through. They didn't really have a tough opponent other than FaZe, but that was just a 1-0 game. Like, they didn't have anybody, and they even lost to NRG. They lost to Navi twice. Lost to Aurora. Beat 30 Max. Okay, so I'm not going to put my egg in 30 Max. I would say NIP goes here, but I just don't know if they'll go down from here or they'll go up. But we'll do this. Passion UA won't go through. Fnatic won't go through. Paravision won't go through. I don't know if they'll get eliminated. FaZe won't go through, so we'll put Liquid going through. Tyloo. You know what? Who's their first game? This determines if I put them in eliminated or 0-3. Tyloo. Yeah, I'm gonna say eliminated. Just cause they're the new kids on the block, so let's be real. I gotta put them here, but I really want them to advance. But I'm gonna put them here. I'm gonna be cheering for them, even though my pick'ems isn't cheering for them. But I'm gonna cheer for them. Alright, 2 people left. 2 people left. Do I think FlyQuest will? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're gonna do it this way. Hey Google. Give me a random number 1 through 7. 7. Okay, she's saying FaZe. I don't know if I believe this. You know what? I put NIP in there. So I have Navi Astralis 3-0. I have M80. Passion. Aurora. Liquid. NIP. And Tyloo going through. I think Tyloo, they rather start off really strong or they fall off really hard. Like, they go like this, or they go like this. And when they get here, that's when they'll probably win. I think Navi will have it easy because their first game is FlyQuest, and this determines if FlyQuest I'm gonna put through or Navi. Let's see if they ever played Navi before. They have, and they lost to Navi. That was a long time ago, though. That was back in April. It's seriously been that long? See, even Navi has lost to Astralis. But they beat NIP and M80. No, they lost to M80. Hold on, they lost to M80. Hold on. No, they beat NA. So they lost to M80 once, and then earlier in the year they did beat them to us. So something changed here. They won 9th. This is Navi we're talking about. He won 9th. See, like, everybody on this roster, they have beaten or gotten beaten by, but mostly beaten. So that's why I don't have faith in, like, M80, because they're playing Aurora first. So I think Aurora will dominate them. I'll be really shocked by M80 if they dominate fucking Aurora. I mean, Aurora's not that good. I'm gonna be real. There's a reason why they're in this bracket and not the tier 3 bracket like this, like stage 3 bracket. Like, they're not with this team. Fucking Fury of, like, this level. There's a reason why they're in this tier. FaZe is the weirdos. This is the best way I described it to my mom, because she saw what I was watching, and I was like, this is like the MLB like roster coming to play high school baseball. Thinking that they can win, but they're actually struggling. And in some cases, these are like little leaguers. Like, these are little kids. Like, Paravision is a little kid, in my opinion. But they actually made it through, which is crazy. B8, I know I'm sleeping on B8 right now, but honestly, I don't trust this team. They lost to Aurora before. They got dominated by Pain. Lost to NIP. Lost to Paravision, of all people. Yeah, I don't know. I don't trust them. But if I had to pick... Let me look on this one more time. I know we looked at Tyloo already, so I don't need to look at him again. Let's look at this. Now, these people haven't played enough, but they also got a roster. Or not really a roster, the whole brand change. This was originally Complexity, I think. Lost to Pain, lost to Falcons, beat the Mongols. Lost to B8, lost to Navi. Honestly, you know what? With that, we'll swap out Passion for B8. We'll cheer for the Ukrainian boys. So I have 30 Max, Passion, FlyQuest, Fnatic, FaZe, and Imperial all losing. Let me see who's Fnatic's first game. 30 Max. Yeah. I think we'll go with this. I think this will be my pick'ems. Like I said, I don't see FaZe actually making it, because if they have to play Navi or Astralis at all in this early bracket, then they're going to be down here. And once they get in that mindset, it's hard for them to get out of, like, we're about to lose. You've seen that from time to time against Little League people. Now that they're in, like, the medium to above average. Like, who I think is better in FaZe, definitely Navi, definitely Astralis, definitely Liquid, maybe. That would actually be a funny game, because Elige getting kicked from FaZe just to then beat them and then probably eliminate them, they'll actually really set them up. Aurora definitely can beat them. NIP probably can. Tyloo probably can. And B8 probably can. It's just if FaZe goes through this whole thing playing nothing but terrible teams, then they'll be 3-0 before we know it. But they definitely won't make it past stage 3. Definitely won't. Here's my pick'ems. So we're cheering for Paravision, but if they don't win any games, then oh well. We got it right at least. We got MIBR for elimination. So we got Navi, Astralis going through, M80 probably losing 1. I'm gonna be real. Probably B8 going 2-2. Aurora 50-50, could be 2-1, 2-2. Liquid, same thing, could be tier 1, 2-2. NIP going definitely 2-2. And Tyler probably going 2-0 and then probably losing until 2-1 maybe, and then going through. Alright, that's my pick'ems. I will see y'all in the live stream. Peace.